Today, we revisit The Godfather, the legendary film that captured the power, loyalty, and drama of one of America's most famous crime families. Over the years, some of the incredible actors who brought this world to life have sadly passed away, while many continue to inspire and captivate audiences with their unforgettable work. This video is a tribute to all of them. Let's remember them together. Marlon Brando, the legendary American actor who changed the meaning of acting forever and who gave the world one of the most unforgettable performances as Fredo Corleone in The Godfather, left this world on July 1, 2004, at the age of 80, after battling serious health problems that slowly weakened him, including respiratory failure caused by pulmonary fibrosis along with congestive heart failure, conditions that made his final years very difficult and forced him to rely on an oxygen mask just to breathe. Yet, he still tried to keep working and even recorded one final line as Don Vito for a video game shortly before his passing. In The Godfather, his gentle yet powerful performance as the aging mafia patriarch became one of the greatest acting moments in cinema history, a role that earned him an Academy Award and turned him into an immortal icon. Born on April 3, 1924, in Omaha, Nebraska, Marlon grew up in a troubled home with a distant father and a mother who was often away, leaving him to battle deep feelings of abandonment from a young age. Yet within these difficult early years, he began to mimic people and discover the spark of acting that would later reshape Hollywood. As he moved from Omaha to Illinois and then to New York, he trained under Stella Adler and embraced the Stanislavski method, becoming one of the first actors to bring raw, emotional, realistic acting to the screen. From Broadway triumphs like A Streetcar Named Desire, where he first stunned audiences as Stanley Kowalski, to early films like The Men and unforgettable classics such as On the Waterfront, Viva Zapata, Julius Caesar, The Wild One, Guys and Dolls, Last Tango in Paris, Superman, Apocalypse Now, and so many more. He built a career that stretched across 6 decades and earned him 2 Academy Awards, multiple Golden Globes, BAFTAs, and even an Emmy. James Caan, the powerful and unforgettable American actor who gave life to the fiery and impulsive Sonny Corleone in The Godfather, left the world on July 6, 2022, at the age of 82 after suffering a heart attack caused by coronary artery disease, a heartbreaking end for a man whose body had also been weakened by chronic lung and heart conditions in his final days. And his passing felt like the world had lost one of its strongest and most energetic on-screen spirits. In The Godfather, his role as Sonny became one of the most iconic performances in movie history, a role that earned him an Academy Award nomination and forever tied his name to the Corleone family. But long before the fame, he was just James Edmund Caan, born on March 26, 1940, a tough and lively boy from the Bronx raised by German Jewish immigrant parents, growing up between street fights, boxing, motorcycle riding, and a restless energy that later shaped his intense acting style. And even though college never suited him, it was during his time at Hofstra University that he found his true calling in acting, eventually training for years at the neighborhood playhouse under Sanford Meisner, where he fell deeply in love with the craft. His early career took him from Broadway stages to small TV roles until his talent began shining through films like The Rain People and his emotional portrayal of Brian Piccolo in Brian's Song. And through the 1970s, he became one of Hollywood's most recognizable stars, giving powerful performances in Cinderella Liberty, The Gambler, Funny Lady, Rollerball, and returning for a final unforgettable appearance as Sonny in The Godfather Part II. Yet behind the success, he faced painful struggles, including the tragic loss of his sister and years of burnout that led him to step away from acting before rising again with films like Misery, Honeymoon in Vegas, Eraser, Elf, and many others that reminded the world of the strength he carried on screen. Through all of this, James Caan lived a life full of intensity, big highs, difficult lows, deep friendships, and a commitment to acting that never faded. Abe Vigoda, the beloved American actor whose deep, expressive face became iconic on both screen and stage, sadly passed away on January 26, 2016, at the age of 94, peacefully in his sleep at his daughter Carol Fuchs's home in Woodland Park, New Jersey, leaving fans and colleagues mourning the loss of a truly distinctive talent. Vigoda is best remembered for his unforgettable portrayal of Salvatore Tessio in The Godfather in 1972, a loyal but ultimately tragic figure whose quiet cunning and loyalty made his final betrayal heartbreakingly memorable, as well as his beloved role as Detective Phil Fish in the hit television series Barney Miller from 1975 to 1977. And its spin-off Fish from 1977 to 1978, where he brought humor, warmth, and humanity to a character navigating the challenges of law enforcement and family life. Born Abraham Vigoda on February 24, 1921, in Brooklyn, New York, to Russian Jewish immigrant parents Samuel Vigoda, a tailor, and Lena Moses, he was one of 3 brothers and discovered his love for acting as a teenager. After working as a printer and serving in the U.S. Army during World War II, he studied acting on the GI Bill at the American Theater Wing, beginning a long stage career in 1947 with the American Theater Wing and appearing in numerous Broadway productions, including Merit/Sod in 1967 as Mad Animal, The Man in the Glass Booth in 1968 as Landa, Inquest in 1970, and Tough to Get Help in 1972 portraying Abraham Lincoln. Vigoda's breakthrough in Hollywood came with The Godfather in 1972, and he reprised the role briefly in The Godfather Part II in 1974, while his role as Phil Fish on Barney Miller made him a household name, earning him 3 Emmy nominations for Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series, and leading to his own series, Fish, from February 1977 to May 1978. He continued acting in films such as Cannonball Run II in 1984, Look Who's Talking in 1989, North in 1994, and Crime Spree in 2003, while also delighting audiences with cameos and commercials, including a memorable Snickers ad in 2010 alongside Betty White. Beyond his iconic roles, Vigoda became a cult figure due to repeated false reports of his death, which he met with humor and grace, embracing the jokes and appearances on shows like Late Night with David Letterman and Conan O'Brien. Married twice, first to Sonia Golk, with whom he had his daughter Carol, and later to Beatrice Shai, until her passing in 1992. Vigoda is survived by his daughter, grandchildren, and a great-grandson.